many years ago, in 1996, our association found itself without an executive leadership. At that time, Kevin was a staff attorney at the WRA. I remember a few of us met with Kevin on a Saturday morning in 1996 in hopes that Kevin would see our need as his opportunity. Thankfully, Kevin answered the call. And Kevin served 10 years until 2006. In 2010, we once again found ourselves in need of executive leadership. But by then, Kevin was general counsel at the WRA. Nevertheless, Kevin answered the call and served for us until his retirement last year. We've been so fortunate as an association. We had nearly 20 years of Kevin's talent and expertise. And this is talent and expertise that is recognized not only by his peers in Wisconsin, but recognized by his peers across the country. How fortunate could we have been with Kevin's talent and expertise, not to mention his dedication, generosity, and loyalty. We've been awesomely fortunate. On a personal basis, Kevin has always been a trusted friend and mentor for me. I told Kevin not long ago that he's responsible for whatever success I've achieved in my work as a volunteer with the Realtor Association. He's responsible for my success, whatever it's been. Now, you could say Kevin's at fault for my failures, I'm not sure. But he's been a big part of my life in terms of my volunteer work with the Realtor Association. Whenever I went to Kevin, I knew I would get sound, thoughtful advice. There were never any agendas. But I have to tell you that when Peter goes Peter now and then, Kevin talked me off the ledge. Everything that Scott said about Kevin is true, and then some. Bottom line is Kevin is a fine professional, but what you may not know is that he's even a better person, much like his father, Don. Kevin, it's been a pleasure.
Well, there's more.
What I meant to say is, you might guess we have a gift for Kevin. And Scott is going to tell you the process we followed in arriving at the gift that we did. Sorry, Scott.
Not a problem. Alrighty, so, the things that Peter and I have said really reflect how everyone here thinks about him and what Kevin's contribution to RASCW and South Central MLS has really meant. And so it was clear that we needed to do something to recognize that contribution. So I asked Peter Sveum and David Stark to meet with me before a board meeting to talk it over, see if we had some ideas. And I thought a nice thermal mug that didn't have a Cubs logo would be quite nice. But it quickly became apparent that the typical gifts weren't quite going to cut it. So Peter actually suggested that maybe we could make a contribution, a charitable contribution on his behalf. And, right away we all thought that's a great idea. He's always deflecting attention from himself. He doesn't want to take credit for things. He doesn't want the spotlight shined on him. He wants to take care of other people. And then that morphed into, well, wait a second, why don't we fund, create a fund that he can make charitable contributions from? And that seemed even more appropriate. Over the years, he has helped keep the association focused on its responsibility back to the community, helping charitable organizations and supportive organizations like Boys and Girls Club, Centro Hispano, Madison College, Habitat for Humanity, Moving Out, Porch Light, Road Home. So we took that idea to both boards, and not only did they enthusiastically support it, and unanimously, but they gave it a big boost. And Peter is going to reveal what that is right now.
This is so cool and so appropriate. A gift from all of us to help Kevin do what Kevin does best, and that is help others. Scott and I are honored and privileged tonight to announce the creation of the $100,000 Kevin King Realtors Association of South Central Wisconsin Charitable Endowment Fund.
It's in Cubs colors. Yikes. Well, thank you. Obviously, thank you very much. Most of you know I'm not very good at this, at the self-recognition, so you've got me in my discomfort zone really fast tonight. I mean, hell, I had my nose cut off last month to avoid a retirement party. Cut me from here to here. You know, we told you it was something else. I just didn't want to go to the party. But they made...
Good party without you, brother.
Yes, it was. I saw Rick's video. It was great. But I have to wear glasses for reading, so they made me grow another nose. My idea of goggles full-time wasn't accepted very well, so here we are. I asked them to make me look like somebody famous. I never anticipated W.C. Fields. So, but here we are. Just a couple of things, and I saw Peter in the parking lot. I said, "So you're to blame for this?" And he said, "Well, you want to say something?" And I said, "I'm paid by the word. You know, I'm a recovering attorney. I'm paid by the word. Absolutely, I would like to say something." But in all seriousness, I have been blessed to be able to get up for many, many years, get up in the morning and do something that I truly enjoyed with people I truly love. And, you know, I'm going to start with our staff. And we've got Patty, Beth, Janine, Heather, Kelly, Rick is here. I've had the opportunity to work with Robert for a number of wonderful years. Not able to join us tonight are Gretchen, Patricia, Ann, Dave, Joy. There's been others that have gone before them. Fortunately, not, you know, incredibly not many. But Larry, Jen is out in Denver, Colorado area, working for the MLS out there. Christine retired this year, but she came back and she's volunteering for the Housing Foundation Board of Directors. So, you know, we even couldn't get rid of hers, and there's been others. But these are people that I truly, truly love. Kind of a trivia question for you as well is Patty, Janine, Christine, Patricia were there the first day I walked into the office in 1996. They were there when I walked out the last day in 2019. Rick and Beth are not far behind. They are not far behind. The members, I can't tell you how proud I've been to work for you on your behalf. Ruth talked about it, what you do not only for customers and clients, but in your communities, and the passion that you bring to that. the expertise that you bring to it, the recognition of the benefit of cooperating with each other in an incredibly competitive business. Our past president, Tony Tucci, called it coopetition. And you do it well. You do it extraordinarily well, and you do it for the right reason, and that's, again, your customers and clients. So it's been an immense pleasure, and as I said, I'm very proud to have been able to do that on your behalf and with you and for you. We've also talked about the leadership that we've had, our past leadership, and you got to see how many of them are here. And it's not only our officers, our directors, our committee chairs, and the volunteers on our committees throughout the years have been just incredible for us and have done so many wonderful things. And again, the beauty of it is that you've always done it for the right reason. Very quick story. One year, Bonnie Dixon was our president. She was asked by the National Association of Realtors to conduct a roundtable of association presidents, and it was on non-dues income. And we laughed because what she was supposed to do is help people understand how you raise non-dues income. Well, we don't. Well, we sort of do, but we give it all away. Virtually everything that we raise, whether it's at our golf outing, a euchre tournament, a bag, wherever we raise money, you all allow us to give it away back into the community, just as you do in your own companies. So it was pretty cool, and I know she had a fun table that day because they looked at her and, so what do you do, chair of this table on non-dues income? And she said, we give it all away. It was great. You know, for example, our golf outing, real quickly, we do it in the name of Cindy Strange, the Pay It Forward Award. This was an affiliate member that if you looked up Cindy Strange in the dictionary, it said pay it forward. That's what she did. So people are amazed. We raise about $3,000, $4,000 at our golf outing every year. We give it to one of our members, but they get to take it with their left hand and they have to give it away with their right hand because they don't get to keep it, but they get to give it away to a charity of their choice. And that's who you guys all are. So I'm very thankful for that. I'll leave you with one other thing, one other benefit of my years here that you've done for me. As Peter said, I started in 1996. That year, Herb Bendorf invited us to a sales meeting at Century 21. It was known as Century 21 Citywide at that time. So Patty and I went to the sales meeting. I met this feisty agent with an attitude at that meeting that day. Patty says I flirted with her. I don't deny it. About a year later, we started dating. Now, I was really surprised that she said yes, but the date was brokered by Tony Heinrichs. What can I say? But about 6 months prior to our dating, she was in the office and she was trying to get our staff to waive a late fee for her association dues. And I can hear this discussion going on from my office. And I let it go on for a while. And then I got up and I looked and I saw that it was her. And I said, what's the problem? I don't want to pay the late fee. And I said, well, why are your dues late? Well, I was in Jamaica. Pay the fee. Went back in my office. But it turned out good. We dated for 9 years. She had to be sure. We got married in 2006. And even as late as last week, one of our members came up to me and said, I did not know you were married to her. And that was good. And it wasn't because we were trying to hide it, but we just wanted to make sure. And as she told a member one time, the only difference between you and I is when I call him, before he hangs up, he tells me he loves me. Now, the beauty of it is the person that she was talking to called me about a week later And we were talking, we get everything all done, and just before he hangs up, I said, Todd, I love you. I can't thank you enough for all the years, all the pleasures. This is unbelievable. The head's already going, though, working with our Affordable Housing Committee and others as to, okay, so how are we going to take requests and how are we going to do this? Because we're going to keep it internal. We're going to keep it within the organization, and so that you all, as realtors, will be known that this is coming from you and part of you, and it's giving back to all our communities. But this is amazing, unbelievable, and I thank you all very much.